Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Inec meets today over Edo-Ondo governorship election. The Independent National Electoral Commission, Inec, will meet today to review the situation in its office across the country and take a decision on whether or not to review the dates and guidelines for the gubernatorial election in Edo Edo and Ondo states. The commission was also expected to fix dates for the election to fill vacant senatorial House of Representatives, State House of Assembly seats nationwide. It would also clarify the resumption model of activities that will be adopted at the meeting in line with the announcement by the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19. The National Electoral Commission, INEC, and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, has said the commission will meet today and to take decision on these issues. Okoye said the meeting will deliberate on issues including preparation for the conduct of governorship election in Edo and Ondo states, scheduled for September 19 and October the 10th, 2020, respectively. The forthcoming by-election in Bayelsa, Imo, Plateau states, and plans for resumption of normal activity at the Commission office nationwide. The electoral bodies has, before the outbreak of the pandemic, fixed September the 19th for the governorship election in Edo and 10th of October for the gubernatorial election polls in Ondo State. In the timetable for the election activities for Edo State governorship election, INEC stated that the conduct of primary election and resumption of disputes arising from primaries will be between June the 2nd and 27, while the campaign will start on June the 21st. INEC has fixed September the 17th for the end of the campaign, starting that Section 99, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2010, as amended, provides 90 days for the commencement of campaign by political parties and end of same 24 hours before polling dates. Okoye, however, urged all stakeholders to wait for full communication from the Commission on the resumption of normal activity. He said the Commission understands and appreciates the need for timely resumption of activity in view of the governorship election, especially in Edo and Ondo states, and the by-election in Bayelsa, Imo, and Plateau states. The Commission will be conducting by-election in 3 constituencies as a result of the death of some receiving members of the national and state legislations. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajagbemila, had also declared vacant seats for Magama Region Federal Constituency of Niger State. In addition, that the Speaker of Kwara State House of Assembly has also declared vacant seat for Patigi State Constituency, while the Speaker of Sokoto State House of Assembly has also declared Kebbi State Constituency seats vacant. INEC has said these by-elections would hold simultaneously in the 3 states on March the 14th. But these dates have been overtaken by the effect of the pandemic, and a new date was expected to be announced by the Commission. Apart from these dates, there are standing by-election in 2 senatorial districts in Bayelsa State to replace the governor and deputy governor who are senators before November 16, 2019 gubernatorial election. The incumbent Bayelsa State Governor, Senator Daye Dare representing Bayelsa Central, while his deputy, Senator Ekweremadu, represent Bayelsa West. Inec was also expected to announce dates to fulfill the vacancy as a result of death of Senator Egbertus Longana Plateau South Senatorial District, Rose Okoye Rivers Cross River, and Benjamin Onagno Imo. These are some of the issues that INEC has to look at today. And guys will be keeping you up to date as soon as the meeting is ended. So this meeting has been scheduled for today. And so INEC will be meeting to make sure that these things are dealt with, especially with the gubernatorial election in Ondo and Edo states, considering the fact that we still have the issue of the pandemic, lockdown, partial coffee, and what have you all going on. The INEC will be looking at modalities and how work is going to resume in full. We know that because of the whole COVID-19 situations, issues have been here and there, not totally clear. INEC, if you remember, Apple Line Media reported saying INEC was still staying through to the course, and the date on waiving regarding resumption of activities starting from June the 2nd for primaries and jingles towards the whole election process. So they have to review this because of the in the state of what all that is happening now. It has to be looked at and considered if this will still go on as planned because of the current situation of things, not just in the country, not just in this state, but in the world as a whole. So INEC will be meeting not just only to address this issue, but also to look at other issues that are happening and that are prevalent right now. We're talking about other states that are having by-elections and the rest and all that, So these are some of the issues that INEC will be looking at, and before you know it, there'll be announcement on dates, modalities on how all this will go on. We know that in Ondo State, the governor Akeredolu is seriously being contended with, as there are the gladiators ready to take over his seat. Edo State is also not an exception, as there are other four gladiators warming up seriously to take over the seat of the governor of Edo State, talking about the person of Governor Godwin Obaseki. Edo State is kind of very spectacular with the relations that of the whole situation surrounding Edo State. We're talking about the person of the national chairman, is the person of Adams Oshomole, is from Edo State. That's not even the bone of contention. This very person handed over to his successor, the person of Godwin Obaseki, whom he endorsed. He endorsed him seriously, stood by him, and make sure that every other person did not win the election. He gave his total and complete support. They worked together as a team in unity, and they achieved this purpose. Down the line, things fall apart, and is one of those now who wants him out of office, with fraction in Edo State talking about APC APC Godwin Obaseki, APC Oshomole. That's fractions that are loyal to these two fractions in Edo State. There have been other issues like the governor's aide, ASC chief of staff, resigning on him. So these have been issues that's why Edo State is kind of a bit interesting, because of the precedence of all that has been happening. In Ondo State, there is not also much of a difference, as Akeredolu has great contenders also looking forward to take over the seat from him. In Bayelsa State, we know that the governor and the deputy governor has been senators representing Bayelsa State, but as it stands now, they are both governor and deputy governor, and therefore their seat has been vacant. In Plateau State and Imo State as well. So these are some of the issues that INEC will be looking at today, and coming up with the dates and modalities with regards to COVID-19, because the course of nature has been altered. The normal day-to-day activities and what we normally do has been altered as a result of some of these issues and pending matters now. So my people, these are some of the issues that we're having now, and INEC is sitting today today to have an emergency meeting to see to it that they come up with dates that will move this whole system forward. So my people, please stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date. Don't forget to thumbs up for us, like and share. Subscribe if you have not, so we can keep you up to date. God bless. Thanks for always being there. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.